Somebody else that thinks they smell good, which they do most of the time, is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson...
You know how he smells? I'm sorry, quick question. Have you smelled Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's balls?
Don't worry about it. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is back in the news right now.
Bisexual show on YouTube.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is back in the news again. And we talked about this before, but it's blowing up even more these days. And because The Rock is saying that he's been asked by both political parties to actually run for president. Ugh. We don't usually talk politics. This is The Rock, the people's champ, the man himself. Across every fucking movie and television show, And I've always
been like, VP John Cena.
That'd be it'd be Vince McMahon.
Hard no to both of those. No.
I know. But The Rock, he put this out there. He was actually
He's an actual political person for a VP.
He actually put it out there. He actually paid the money and paid to actually be able to run for president. He did that back in 2017, and he put his name in the hat for the whole thing because apparently at that time he joked about it. He had some stuff come out, and then right before this election cycle started, Republican Party and Democrat Party came up and said, we need the people's champ to be the president. They both tried to figure it out to make him have it. There's like a poll that's like 46% of Americans wanted The Rock to be president, which is kind of nuts. And because of that, he's like, well, maybe I'll run. And he went back and forth, but he said, because of my daughters were young when I was a wrestler at that time, like when I was a wrestler back in the day, my younger daughter, like, never saw me, never around me. She didn't even have a dad around. He was, I can't do that to her herself. But he said, though, that they were coming after him hard. He said he was really blown away, but he was also honored to share that they want him to do this, both parties. But his goal was never in politics. As a matter of fact, there's a lot about politics that the people's champ actually hates. And to me, of course, people are going to float ideas like this. I just go to Idiocracy sometimes because there was that whole thing with Terry Crews where he's putting stuff out, this political campaign about his character from Idiocracy running for president too. I just think people love entertainment and they love actors and they want somebody that they've seen their TV to be the person to save the day. But at the end of the day, I think it's just like fucking smoke and mirrors, and it's a lie. It's just fucking gossip that people want to blow up in your face. And I love The Rock. Could he win? No. Maybe. Could he win?
Chance in hell.
GR says the snowball's chance in hell. But to me, I'm like, could he win? Come on, GR. You don't think he can win?
I like The Rock as an actor and as a wrestler. But there's no way in hell the country is gonna elect him as president.
They elected the dude from the Apprentice TV show.
Amen,
so clearly
Rachel.
the voting base is not really thinking things through that well.
Well, that's
who
the whole
elected
thing.
This term, so yeah, maybe he would win.
Well, this is not where I want to get blowing up in politics. But I want to put, here's where I go to, though. Here's where I go to. We lost Sabrina for a second. She'll be right back. But the thing is, though, I'm not talking about politics today, but I'm talking about The Rock himself. Could the political parties across, regardless, want to see The Rock doing this? I think it's just publicity. I think it's all just publicity. He must have a movie coming out soon that he was talking about during this interview, and that people want to talk about somebody. So, Sabrina, could you imagine in any world that The Rock would actually run for president, or do you think this is a PR thing that he's just putting out there?
To answer Razor Ed's question, he did play the president on Young Rock, or play a presidential candidate.
Yeah, he was running. Yeah,
I was going to say candidate, and I'm like, that's not a word. So yeah,
candidate.
There's that. Yeah. So no, I don't know. I feel like to play off of what Rachel and GR both noted. Donald Trump's not a politician. Not at all.
He wasn't. Now he is.
A rich person, arguably. A slumlord. Yeah, let's not push it. A slumlord in New York. Someone who doesn't pay his employees at fucking hotels that work on it. There's a lot of questionable things about that man. You know what?
Some of The Rock, though, Sabrina.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Get there.
My point is that we, the people, elected someone who had zero experience in politics because he was charismatic and said the right things or said the wrong things and didn't give a fuck about saying the wrong things, and people like that. Like, there was a lot of reasons why that happened, but none of those reasons was politics. Some people thought that this is what we needed, whatever the fuck, it doesn't matter. He won. He won. He beat someone who was extremely qualified for the fucking job, by the way. And that is how it goes. So he won. I don't see why there is a world where The Rock couldn't possibly win.
I think The Rock could win.
I don't think it's a ridiculous thing anymore. If you asked me this, in 2014, I'd be like, you're fucking insane. Right now?
We have elected one actor already, so.
Ronald Reagan.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
absolutely. 100%. And
We've elected 2 entertainers, and neither of them were good presidents. I think we need to call it a fucking day on it.
I think Ronald Reagan did a lot for the Republican Party, though.
Arnold
He did
Schwarzenegger
a
was a
lot.
very good
did a lot, but did he do
politician.
anything
He did a
good?
lot for California, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he wasn't president, but he was a very
I will
good.
give-
He was a good
I
governor.
will give Ronald
Governor.
Reagan one thing. Ronald Reagan did one thing right ever.
Bedtime for
That
Bonzo?
was No
I love
fault
that movie.
in
Yeah,
California.
that's it.
He
I'm
introduced
sorry.
no fault divorce in California.
Okay,
Let people
fair
get
enough.
divorced from their shitty
Yep.
spouses.
Well, let's
the only
not
thing
get
good
into
thing he did.
politics because and that'll end that ugly.
I know. Yeah, we're going to get too deep, but
You know
I'm saying
who I would
possible.
accept is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift for president.
Okay, hold on. So how about The Rock as president and Taylor Swift as VP? Would you support that ticket?
Rock can be
No. We're
Rock's already registered, though.
Best female president.
The Rock is doing it though. If she wants to tag along, you wouldn't support it?
I mean, sure, but I think honestly, if they want,
I mean,
to win,
sure.
they put
If they want to win.
look at Racer X.
president.
Wait, did I miss it?
He said it's a Rock's gonna run for president in a movie where aliens invade the planet.
Well, I don't hate that idea. I hope no one from any
know
of the
enough about The Rock.
AMPTP are watching and they're going to capitalize on your idea, bro.
Opinion on it.
But Rachel, I mean, in the world we live in, can you not people love the fucking Rock? He's like charismatic.
I do like The
And
Rock,
he's
yeah.
and he's just been one of those people that people just love. So you can't imagine someone like that would actually want to do this. I mean, he says he doesn't want to do it, but do you think he actually
I never
wants to
said
do it?
Couldn't happen. I said I don't.
Do you think he wants to do it though? Think he's lying though? Think he wants to do it though? Think he's lying?
I think a lot of actors and entertainers have a penchant to want to get into the more public sphere. They have a platform
Absolutely.
already. They have a fan base. It's not difficult to imagine people who already have a platform wanting to get into politics. It's a natural progression for somebody who, if they had political leanings before, you have the platform, you can go for it.
Yeah.
So
That's what
it's
I
very
said.
difficult for somebody like me. Like if I wanted to get into politics, that would be very difficult for me because I don't have a rich family. I don't have a political family background, dynasty to fall onto. I'm not.
Well, you're on cruise
public
control with
figure.
600 and something followers. That's a really 706
Sabrina.
followers. That's a really big deal.
I could probably get maybe 200 of those people to vote for me.
Yeah, well,
But-
I mean, Mimi would vote for you. She
But
just
flip
told
it.
me.
But flip it. GR, like this guy, like people are seeking after The Rock. Can you not imagine a guy like him? I mean, again, we're not trying to dive too deep in politics. I'm just talking about a person that's an entertainer.
Yeah, it's not who you like or who you don't like. It's the act of it all.
It's active. Do you think that somebody like Dwayne The Rock Johnson is enticed by this, GR? Do you think that people cheer his name, Rocky, Rocky, Rocky? After a long time, do you think that would?
Sabrina, sorry.
God damn it.
But do you think that would make him want to run
I'd vote
though?
for
Like
you.
he's saying he's snowballing. He's not snowballing. He's changing the idea. But like,
Ryan, eventually, possibly, but right now, he likes being on the screen and doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
Could that change? Like you were talking, who somebody was talking about early. Arnie wasn't going to.
Yep, he stopped.
Now he would. Then he went and became governor.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and he's like me. He couldn't run for president.
And fucking who was it? It was your boy Sabrina. What's his name?
Ryan Reynolds?
Not Ryan Reynolds. It was Dan DeVito.
That's a different definition, my boy, but thank you. Yes, also Danny DeVito, friend of the show.
Yeah, friend of the show. But he was actually saying something about this, being like, oh, what the fuck? I just lost my train of thought. I picked Mimi up for a second. But DeVito was somewhat Schwarzenegger being like, I wish Schwarzenegger never would have ran because we would have done
Twins 2.
Or now he's trying to make
Twins 74.
Mom knocked your...
Throw mama from the
They're trying to do that right now,
He's
you know?
not in that though. Arnold Schwarzenegger was
I know,
not in
but
that.
I might try to do that now, Billy Crystal, because he will not do that because it's too far gone for that movie. And actors that sometimes go
Girl
away
Mama
from
from the
it.
Train is fucking
you
classic,
lose-
and so is Twins. And no one has seen those movies. You better fucking watch that shit. They're amazing.
This is where I
But we
take
don't
away
need
from the
sequels for them at this point.
no.
I
This-
mean,
this is where I go away from the politics of it and I go to the acting part of it. It's like actors sometimes want to do this. And for me, it's like, I get it. You have a voice. And that's why I want to talk before I go to Spring. I was like, you have a voice and I get it. But also at the same point, people love you in certain roles. And like when you step away from that, you lose what people love for you to do. It's just what you're fucking meant to be. I'm not saying you can't do anything else. I'm just saying like people love you for what you do. Don't taint that. You know, Sabrina, when you hear that, do you think that Hollywood would be missing a lot if The Rock did go into politics?
he was born in Hawaii, so yes, he was born in the U.S. Racer X. Number one, number two. You already went to me, but I'm happy to talk again because
I've been drinking a
I
little
love
bit.
the sound of my own voice.
Like, go ahead, ready?
You sure did.
Oh, fuck my life. I love you all.
Let me answer your question really quickly. So Arnold Schwarzenegger became the governor of California,
I
right?
can go to you already.
He had a very good run. He had a little snafu, like publicly. He's recently done FUBAR. He is now the action consultant or something for Netflix. Like he's thriving in the entertainment industry. So I think what you just said, I'm not saying it's bullshit, but I'm just saying it's not, there's no guarantee that if you delved into politics, you couldn't get your career back because he's the living proof that you can.
Why?
So I don't know. I mean, to have an actor / wrestler as president, I think would be
Idiocracy. It's okay though. As long as they're
it
intelligent.
would be a lot. It would be a lot. I'm just saying in the current climate, anything's fucking possible. I'm not saying I want it. I'm not saying I'd vote for it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
I will tell you, I vote for The Rock. Get in the people's plane,
Based on what though?
fly across the people's ocean.
I think
What are
he
we,
was born in
what are we
Hawaii.
voting on here?
I'm just joking. I don't know. Maybe it depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. I always say
And that-
if the
that-
person's meant for
I'm
the
going to
job.
Google this now. It's driving me
part
nuts.
of the problem, though,
Uncharted.
because people look at these public figures and go, "Oh, well, I liked this person doing X," and then they just vote for them and they don't look onto their platforms.
Correct. That's what happens
That
when you do a
happens.
SAG vote.
But I also
That's
think that
stupid.
That's the important thing is where are they on the issues?
yes, that's where it comes down
If you
to.
like him or don't like him as an actor.
If you have a
Fine.
big enough.
It's weird that both parties approached him. That kind of makes me
That's
like,
that was the other thing. Both parties.
What?
It wasn't just like one. It was both parties. They were trying.
You're right.
They saw that the polling power that he has because he is the people's champion,
Oh, rein it in.
and we're like,
He was born in California. Ryan's correct. But even still, if he was born in Hawaii, he is also American. And Queen, that's a very funny joke, Gilligan's Island. Also, I agree with what you said, GR and Brian, and of course it matters to most
Everybody.
people what your politics are or where you stand on things. But there are a shit ton of people who don't give a fuck about that, and they're just gonna be like, Dwayne "The Rock Johnson, I vote for
do
this
that.
motherfucker."
People will.
Which is a problem. I'm just saying.
I've always said The Rock could win if he wanted to, but
he can body slam his opponents. Yeah.
yeah. Well, people want to see that. They want
That's
some
actually good. I'd like him to body slam a few people in Congress currently.
everybody. I want fucking everybody. It's not your party
On both sides, on all sides.
on both sides.
Jesse Ventura he was a mayor or a governor somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Governor, the
I
body.
think
When it came
governor,
to the
yeah.
body to the mind.
He's got political experience, so honestly, he would be a better former wrestler candidate, politically speaking.
Yeah. But the people love The Rock though.
But I think at the end of the day, it comes down to ego. I think a lot of these actors and public figures go for politics
100.
because they have huge egos and they think that their opinion is word and that they have everything they need to be whatever they want to be.
Well, that's really what this discussion was meant to be, and I hate to get into politics too much, but the
I don't
discussion
think
would
we
be.
did too much. I think we did good,
I'm
right?
just saying the discussion would be about how actors sometimes lose what they're doing, and that's the whole thing. It's like sometimes, and I get it, it happens. It happened with Ronald Reagan, so it worked before.
Can I
but
say one more thing? I'm sorry.
but one second, Sabrina. But before Sabrina goes to Sabrina, it's just like I feel like that
For the 9th time.
sometimes you lose what people love you for, and you misconstrue that. But people love you, but sometimes actors go a different way. And it sucks. It just sucks because it hurts the cinema and it hurts the entertainment industry as opposed to we love you for playing X, Y, and Z. Keep doing that. And then maybe you have great opinions. It's great. But you know what? End of the day, what we love you for, you fucking kill it in the cinema. Keep doing that. That's all I'm saying.
I'm honestly surprised that Jared Leto hasn't tried to run for president.
Oh, wow.
He scaled a fucking building the other day. Did you see that? Did you see him scale a building? The Empire State Building?
He climbed a building. Like, the fuck is this guy doing?
Was the Empire State Building? I think he climbed.
Shut up. Like,
yeah, I mean, he also sent people like used condoms and dead rats in Suicide Squad. So I don't think that's presidential material.
I don't
personally.
No, in rats we trust.
I just wanted to adjust what Queen was saying. They both approached him to run. It's not like he approached both of them. So it's not that he's a flip-flopper. They're both trying to procure him as someone to be the face of their party, which is actually shitty of both political parties, if I'm being perfectly honest, in my opinion. And also,
you see the numbers. Numbers go big. They go big these days.
The number one job that every actor, not every, but the number one job that actors, like statistically speaking, the number one job that actors agree upon that they would do if they were not an actor is either a lawyer or politics. And lawyer and politics kind of go hand in hand. So if you, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying
great show for GR to sub in tonight.
Statistically,
way too many lawyers as it is.
But if you ask any actor, like if you watch the Actor Studio, I went to the new school. I went to the Actor Studio. Like the one of the questions that he would ask at the end of the night, James Lipton, was if you could do any other job, what would it be? And also if you would never, if you could do, if there was a job you never want to do, what would it be? And more often than not, the job that they would want to do would be either a lawyer or politics. And there is a certain showmanship about being a lawyer. You're presenting facts, you're presenting a case, you're putting on a show for the jury. Makes perfect sense, right? And if you take that one step further, you're putting on a show for the fucking country. You're fucking standing up for your believing. And I'm not saying that it's fake. I'm just saying that it has the same je ne sais quoi, if you will, that acting does. So it makes sense to me.
About 95 to 97% of our elected officials are lawyers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
Absolutely.
If you're going to be writing legislation, you should have a good, solid understanding of the law. So, like that line 100%. Makes a lot of sense.
But if there's a lot of actors that would have been lawyers if they weren't actors, that kind of puts them in that same area. You know what I mean? Like, I went to school for pre-law. I mean, what the fuck am I doing now? Clearly this. But my point is that if I would have gone to fucking law school, I'd be a fucking lawyer in Manhattan somewhere, living in a high rise, making shit tons of money. It'd be probably boring or whatever, but I would be very good at it. I know I would be very good at it. I'm just saying, like, it's the same. It's the same side of the brain. I feel like, it's like I feel like people don't realize that. Like, it's very close in proximity to the. It's like a live performance. There's like adoration. Like, it's the same kind of give and take that you get as an actor. Now, granted, as an actor, you're on set with a crew. In a courtroom, you're in front of a jury and a judge, and then the bystander. Like, there's a similarity to it that I never saw before going to the Actor Studio. Like, I was like, wait, what? Like, it made no sense to me until I saw it. So I just wanted to make that point. It's not, right or wrong, where everyone can think what they think about it, but it's kind of, for me, when I realized that, I was like, oh my God, that's insane. I never saw it that way, Well,
I gotta say, like, regardless, you hear the news, The Rock is not running for president. He is registered. He's been approached by both parties. That's a true thing. He said it on this Trevor Noah thing, this interview. So will it happen? Will it not happen? It probably won't happen. Maybe down the line.